Hello, this recording is about an E-COMM antenna system. E-COMM comes from emergency communication and is being widely used here in British Columbia, especially in Vancouver area. And the newer systems are working or are set for 700 megahertz band. They upgraded from the 800 band to the 700 megahertz band. And for that reason, in some places we replaced the antennas on many systems that we installed in the past for 800 megahertz. We updated the BDA, which is the bidirectional amplifier, and antennas. And today I'm working on a brand new system that is going to provide coverage onto a new building. It's a 4-story building, and we ensure coverage on a parking lot and the first floor. Many other buildings require all the parkades, 6 levels, 7 levels of parkades, so we have to install many antennas. We install systems like that in large venues. We did so many systems for the Vancouver Olympics in 2010, and we were really busy. And today again I'm working on a 700 megahertz system, and which is comprised of an antenna. It's a Yagi antenna. Comes with a mounting hardware, and what we did, we punched a hole into the roof. The roofers installed this jacket, kind of a sealing membrane jacket, kind of a cone, and they used the sealant. So they did that job because they are professional in their trade, the roofers. And so we installed this 10 feet or 3 meter mast, galvanized mast, which is solid enough for this antenna weight. And some installation, especially in the panel type of antenna, which is about 70 centimeter wide. It is like a square type antenna, which has a high wind load resistance. And those we installed about 2.5 inch mast. So this one, it's a smaller one, but it's still galvanized, and the wind load is minimal for the Yagi antenna. And of course you install a weatherhead, and you install a ground line connected to a ground clamp. So a new ground clamp, and you see here some grease, which is a conductive grease, and I'll show you the container. Because the copper and zinc are dissimilar metal, you get corrosion. And when we did upgrades, I had to take apart ground clamps for recycling, and antenna parts and masts, and I saw white salt around the contact or joint point between the mast and the copper. And even we used some of the grease, I noticed that type of corrosion. And now I use even more grease, because this one is going to get washed out by the rain. But I use lots of grease inside, so put grease and twist this one around the mast, so you can kind of paint, I would say, paint the mast around, so you make a good bond between the zinc plated mast and the copper. And this is a conductive grease, and it helps with lowering the impedance, the contact impedance at the joint. And of course heavy duty outdoor rated or UV rated tie wraps. And you see here it's kind of a bulky joint. These are 2 connectors. The connector that comes with the antenna, which was in this case a male connector. Usually the antennas have a connector, built-in connector here, an N female. Some of those come with a cable like this one, a very flexible LMO 400 type of cable. And on that male connector I had to pair it with a female connector, install it on a LMO 400 cable that goes back to a lining arrestor right below the mast. So you have to read and follow the electrical code about grounding and antennas and